Hello everyone, welcome back to your own channel, the IS Track. If you are preparing for the upcoming UPSC 2026 prelims, this is the most important question which you must ask yourself right now. It's not about how many sources you have covered. It's not about how many books you have completed. It's not about how many test series you have enrolled in. But this is about, do I have the clarity? Do I have the clarity with respect to the preparation or not? Right? Because at this moment, at this stage, having clarity is more important than the intensity of the efforts which you are putting in. Please understand, prelims is not just a game or a test of knowledge. It's basically a test of clarity. Clarity with respect to different subjects, clarity with respect to different concepts. So let's come to the other part, that why clarity is everything, why clarity matters right now. See, at this stage, what you'll have to understand is that there would be a lot of confusion, right? And let me tell you something very honestly. Every year, we have thousands of serious aspirants who fail in the examination, who fail in the prelims. And they fail not because they lack intelligence or they did not give or do enough hard work, but because their preparation was scattered. Too many sources for different subjects, that adds to the confusion. We have many aspirants, and I've personally seen many of the students for a particular subject, let's say polity, they are following 3 to 4 sources. Please don't do that. You'll not have enough time for the revision. Please make sure that you have limited sources. We have seen aspirants following too many PDFs from different institutions, because right now what many coachings are doing is, many institutes are doing is, they are creating that anxiety, and because of that people are being forced to buy the content, especially for the current affairs. They are following 4 to 5 sources for the current affairs, and that is not going to help, because it would lead to information overload. If you are following 3 to 4 sources, let's say for economy, that would lead to a fragmented memory, and therefore it would not reward you, rather it would penalize you. Please understand, right? Or too many strategies, too many advices, and this ultimately leads to zero execution, right? Please understand, prelims is a stage of the examination which rewards the consolidation, how consolidated your material is, your preparation is, not the expansion. The exam does not check how much you have read, it basically checks how much you can recall, and that too accurately in those 2 hours under pressure. So if your preparation is fragmented, your recalling capacity would be fragmented, and the fragmented recalling would 100% lead to wrong elimination. It would lower down your confidence, right? So what actually works? What are the core pillars of a solid preparation? The very first thing is the selective sources, that is limited material. Every serious aspirant who is very clear with the examination would have 1 or at max 2 standard sources per subject. Let's say 1 or 2 sources for polity, or 1 source for economy, 1 reliable current affairs source, right? Because I have seen these days students coming to me and saying, sir, we have been following 3 to 4 sources for the current affairs. You'll not have enough time for the revision. Please understand. So you have serious aspirant who definitely follow 1 reliable source, be it for the current affairs or for the standard book, and 1 particular test series. Please understand, it's about the depth. Depth is more important than diversity. If you are reading 5 different sources for the same topic, that will not increase the clarity. It would add to the confusion. You will feel more confused. The person who clears the prelims usually knows that limited material very well. And that can only be possible if you give due emphasis to multiple revisions. If you have not revised something at least 3 to 4 times, that's not going to work, because you will forget in the examination. So if you give 3 to 4 readings, and how it works, let's say if you're reading something for the very first time, that would give you the familiarity with the content. You will become more familiar with the content. The second reading, if you'll read something for the second time, that would add to the understanding, right? Third reading would give you more like retention. It would increase the retention power. And if you read it for the 4th time, that is going to give you a lot of confidence. So please make sure that you read everything at least 3 to 4 times. Prelims is not just an examination where you read something one time and that would stick in your mind and you'll be able to answer. No, you'll have to read at least 3 to 4 times. And most aspirants who basically fail in the examination, they underestimate the importance of revision. Okay? So this is a mistake, please avoid it. Next is quality test series. Very, very important. Because if you go for a particular test series which does not have qualitative questions, you'll have to go with a test series which has good quality questions. Please understand. And that would help you to simulate the real examination. कि भाई आपको कितने questions करने चाहिए, what is your accuracy. So please make sure that you go with one particular quality test series which gives due weightage to both the static plus current. Okay. Next thing which is very important is the thorough analysis. Very, very important. If you are just giving the test and if you're not analyzing, especially the solutions, then you are doing a blunder. Make sure that you read the solutions with proper focus. You underline, you highlight those things which you don't know, so that that thing can serve as the basis for your knowledge, and that fills the gaps in your knowledge. So these 4 things: selective sources, multiple revisions, quality test series, and thorough analysis, they are very, very important. What are the characteristics of those who clear the examination? And I personally have seen those people. At this particular point of time, we have many students who are feeling anxious. And that is being deliberately created by many of the educators and the coaching institutes. Please do not fall prey to them. Be emotionally stable, be confident. Don't be distracted by what others are doing. Ki bhai, my friend is following these 3 sources or 5 sources, I'll also do that. Please don't do that. Please make sure that you are consistent. Discipline is very, very important. Show some regularity. Be consistent. And again, see, exam is something which is of uncertain nature. It's unpredictable. So make sure that you are comfortable with that uncertainty and have limited sources. Because those people who clear the examination, they're very clear with the sources. They're very clear with what kind of things they have to study, be it for the current affairs or the static, and revise more than they read. So those people who have a clarity of thought with respect to the examination, they revise more as compared to reading a particular thing. And those people who have less chance of success, what do? They would go for multiple coaching PDFs. कि भाई current affairs के लिए I am following this source, I am following A source, I am following B source, I am following C source. भाई you will not have enough time for revisions. Revise ही नहीं करोगे if आप, तो कैसे काम चलेगा? If not even revise the things which you have read. So don't do that, especially for current affairs. Every month or every week they'll buy a new book. कि भाई आज कोई नया compendium आया, कोई नया compilation आया, and it's freely available on Telegram. Please don't do that. Follow a source which you have been following for months. Have some trust in that. And those people, who have lesser chance of success, what they do is they just give the test. Ki bhai, I have a test day after tomorrow, I'll give that. Then I'll give the next test. Then I'll give the next test. If you're not analyzing, what is the use? And those people, they compare their scores with others. Don't have this spirit of comparison. Compare with yourself that, what the kind of efforts or amount of efforts which you are putting right now. Are you doing better as compared to yesterday? That is more important. And if you do just all these things, if you're that in anxiety mode, following multiple sources, what you will have is a panic in March, April. And then it would be too late. You'll not be able to basically compensate for the losses which you have suffered. So make sure that you follow these things which I have told you, what really works. The truth of the examination is that it is the prelims examination which does not reward the intelligence alone. It's not just about the intelligence, because there are many people, and I've seen it personally, many intelligent people failing in the examination. I have seen many people who are very hardworking but failing in the examination. It's not just about motivation. Rather, it's more about the structured preparation, that how structured your preparation is. Whether you are able to understand the patterns. patterns of the examination, that would only be possible if you give due importance to PYQs. PYQs ko rato mat. Don't just memorize the PYQs. Look at the patterns. Then are you disciplined with respect to the revisions? Are you giving more number of readings to a particular subject? So that really matters a lot, right? And see, in the examination, as I already discussed in the other videos, risk taking is also very important. You'll have to take a bit of risk, and only then your chances of success would increase, right? Final takeaway is that please ask yourself today that whether I have fixed my sources or not, whether I am revising more than reading, whether I'm analyzing my mistakes. Do I have clarity or do I have confusion? This is very important. Because please understand, UPSC 2026 prelims will not be cleared by the most talented. It will be cleared by the person who have a clarity of thought, who have a structured understanding, who have basically given due importance to the revision aspect, right? And yes, we have this particular channel, the IS track. You can just search on the Telegram and join it. We have a lot of initiatives. We have a lot of things which we are doing for the serious aspirants. You can scan the QR code and you can join it. And definitely you will get a lot of help. See, again, there are many people who are guiding the aspirants, but let me be very honest. It's mostly the misguidance which is available, especially on the Telegram and other platforms. So please have a structured preparation. That is really going to benefit you. My best wishes. If you have any doubt, please join the channel. And over there, you can contact me through the admin. All the very best. Thank you so much.